So one of the privileges that I've had at MIT for the last 25 years is to be the announcer at MIT commencement and also to read the names of graduates. And it's really fun when you get to the PhDs, because when you announce their school, then you get to say, with all the rights and privileges pertaining thereto. I don't know what the rights and privileges are. I guess it's the right to wear the magic robe and the privilege to be called a doctor. And now I'd like to present a newly minted PhD from the MIT Media Laboratory. Dr. Pat Pataranutaporn was awarded the PhD from the Media Laboratory just in late 2024. He's co-director of the MIT Advancing Human AI Interaction Research Program, and his research lies at the intersection of AI and human-computer interaction, where he develops and studies AI systems that support human flourishing through multimodal systems with explainable feedback. Dr. Pat, welcome.
Thank you so much. Hello, everyone. Hello. Good evening. Hi. My name is Pat. As Todd mentioned, I just finished my PhD, so I'm not used to people calling me doctor yet. And I just, flew from Cambridge to Bangkok actually 2 days ago, so please excuse my jet lag as well. So today I would like to talk to you about my research on how can we better understand and develop AI to support human flourishing, especially through studying of what I call cyborg psychology, the art and science of human-AI interaction. But first, before I begin, I'm actually from Thailand, so it's an honor to be here in Thailand with MIT teams, and it's an awesome thing to do. But one thing to think about is that if you look at the word Thailand closely, you can see that there is no Thailand without AI, right? You can see that it's really important. Thank you, thank you. But more important than that, if you look at that, there is H before AI. And I think this H, for me, I would argue, stand for human. So in Thailand, I think, as the name suggests, there's both the human aspect and the AI. And thinking about both of them together, I think is really, really important, especially in this country, in this context, right? So that's why my work at MIT really focused on this question of how can we understand and better design AI systems to support human flourishing. I'll talk more about that during this presentation, but you can see this is my dissertation that I just finished actually last year, at the end of last year. What it means to think about human-AI interaction is that instead of just focusing on AI alone, I think as other speaker mentioned, we need to shift the paradigm a little bit. Instead of thinking of AI, we can think about IA, or intelligence augmentation, where a system can support and enhance human capability, right? But I think in my work, I want to push that further a little bit, not just looking at narrow way that AI can augment human intelligence, but way in which AI can support human holistically. That's what I call AI for human flourishing, intelligent system to support multi-dimension of human growth and development. What I mean by this is that we can start to really take knowledge from different interdisciplinary subjects like psychology, behavioral science, and many subjects, and think about how AI can augment any of that aspect. And in my own work, I look at this sort of human-AI interaction across scale and across context, from in space, like this project where we work closely with NASA, and that's actually me in zero gravity floating. It was really cool. All the way to things that are happening on Earth in domain like education, healthcare, and many more. But there are three things that I want to talk to you today. When looking at human-AI interaction research, we can think about ways in which we can invent new systems, we can investigate existing systems on problems or challenges that are facing us, and also thinking about ways that we can inspire new use cases, new opportunities. I think that tie very well to the industry connection, right? So invent, investigate, and inspire are the three ways that we are investigating human-AI interaction research right now. First, let's look at invent. At MIT, we invent things all the time. In order to think about AI for human flourishing, we are inventing sort of new type of AI system that focus on three areas. I think most of the people today focus on productivity, right? But I think my colleague actually once said to me that if you measure the wrong thing, you're going to create the wrong things, right? So we need to think about the broader goal that AI can support human, how we can use it to support human wisdom, wonder, and well-being. These are the three areas that my research focus on. What I mean, and each of these actually have many research projects that we have developed, many papers, as you can see on screen. But for example, what do I mean by AI for enhancing human wonder, right? Here, we are thinking a lot about language model. I think everyone probably familiar with language model now with ChatGPT. We're thinking about what happened when we are shifting from language model into what we call large human model, where we can start to incorporate many dimensions of data, health data, behavioral data, financial data, and many more, and allow a person to actually create an AI model or AI digital twin of them. This is me when I'm 60 years old, and I can create a profile of who I might actually become when I'm that old, in the 40 years in the future. And it's kind of interesting because this is something that is really exciting to us because we can now really understand how a person grow and develop over time, right? This is actually based on many research that we have done at the Media Lab. The first one we published in 2018 looking at how we can create realistic AI characters. This is when generative AI wasn't cool yet. We were one of the first people to actually explore this concept and how we can kind of create pipeline that allow us to take different data and create this realistic human, virtual human. But it doesn't stop there, right? Just making the appearance is one thing. I think what is the most interesting is when you can actually create a time machine that allow a person to use their own, current data and project what they might end up, being like when they're 60 years old. We published this study called Future You, where we develop a conversational AI system that allow a person, especially teenagers, to talk to their older self. So we develop systems that can take personal data like their aspiration, their profile, their behavior right now, and then we create what we call synthetic memories that basically use that current life event to create the memories that the person might experience in the future, and then feed that to the language model to actually generate human conversation. And by doing this, a person can actually have a conversation with an own version of the future, so kind of like having a time machine to chat with your future self. And this is based on research in psychology where we've shown that, where my colleague have shown that, when you increase future self continuity, you can actually make people make better decisions by thinking in long term, saving more money for the future, and also, thinking about, things that will have impact in the future, like, climate change and important things that are not, just have immediate gain. Right? And we have shown that when people use this Future You AI system, they become less anxious and also become more motivated to actually think about their life in a more ambitious way. And we can also increase future self-continuity as well compared to the control groups. So, as I mentioned, when we invent something, we also study and also do randomized control trial to understand the impact of AI system that we develop. And it's really exciting because, after launching this project, we have now over 190 countries, people from 190 countries worldwide are using this platform. And this is part of a larger project to actually study how AI digital twin interact with people in the real world. Right now, we have over 60,000 users and participants that are using this and helping us understand how AI can help people think in long term. And it's really exciting because this project was featured on the main page of MIT. This was a great honor as well. And it has been talked about in many places. EU, the organization that create EU AI Act, or the regulation of AI, also featured this project as something that is a pro-social type of AI, where you use AI to support person development and growth, right? Beyond modeling oneself, you can also model other people as well. This guy was in the news a lot recently, today especially, right? We also look at what happened when you actually create a digital twin of other people, like people that are famous or people that other people might like or admire them, like Elon Musk, for example. We did this study in 2022, actually, 2 years ago. And we did this during the pandemic, where we're interested in what happened if we use this digital twin or AI character to help people learn better, so motivate them to learn. And what we were interested in was like, if we create a virtual character, does it replicate the effect of liking or admiring that person? And what we found is that even if people know that these characters are fake and are not real, people still feel more motivated and learn much better when they have a character based on someone that they like or admire, right? At the time, we did use Elon Musk as the experimental subject. I don't know if we do it today, we'll have the same result. I think he quite changed a lot in the last couple of years, right? But I think this result really show that these tools can be really personalized and used to actually, enhance the learning experience, make them more personalized and engaging. Imagine you can learn, your favorite subjects like, calculus from anyone in the world using this sort of AI character, right? So that's what we call AI for enhancing human wonder, make people more inspired, more engaging, more exciting about their life and themselves. Next, we want to talk about AI for enhancing human wisdom. This is also really, really important. We have been looking at AI not just in the computer screen or in mobile platform, but when the AI is actually part of a person as a second brain, right? This is a project where we embed AI into a wearable platform. We call it wearable reasoner. It's a system that is created to nudge a person to pay more attention to logical fallacy and to make them think more critically when they engage with information, right? Right now, I think it's very important, more important than ever. We're going to hear many more speech, more information, more advertisement, more of anything, right? Especially AI being used to create contents. We also need to use an AI to help us filter and think more critically about the content that we consume and receive as well, right? And platform are not going to do it for us, right? You can see, might have seen Meta decide to remove fact-checking from their platform. So it's important that we help people develop their own sort of critical thinking by having tools that are always with them, and they can kind of wear like their second brain essentially. So what does this system does is that we use a semantic marker in the language, in the text that the system look at to figure out when there is a logical fallacy or when the statement, advertisement, political speech or whatever is stated without evidence. This is not fact-checking. We are looking at logical consistency and see how the claim and the evidence support each other. And what we have found is that when you use this system to nudge people, to pay more attention to the statement that have this logical fallacy, we can make people, identify reasonable statement better than if they are not having the system. And also, they tend to agree more with statement, with evidence as well. So this is a tool that can be used to nudge people to pay the right attention, to the right part of the sentence that they encounter, and to help them sort of develop critical thinking. We hope that once these systems start to kind of give them this nudging mechanism, people can start to internalize that, and then they can live without the system. So helping people cultivate this process themselves. We also take that further and thinking about how this system can also ask questions as well, right? We heard a lot about AI giving the answer to the student, to the teacher, to the employee, the employer, all kind of thing, right? But what happened when the AI asks question? We take the project like Wearable Reasoner forward and think about what happened if AI asks interesting question and question that make us think more critically. So we take the process such as Socratic method, where Socrates never answer any question of his student, right? But he asked the question back. So here we compare what happened when the AI asked the person the question back instead of giving them the correct answer. And what we have shown is that because when AI asks the question by framing the statement or the information that people encounter into question, people can actually think for themselves, and that they can actually use logical thinking that are already inert in them, but maybe they're not using because they are sort of going with the intuition or going with their sort of gut instinct, using this to kind of make them think more critically. And we have shown that when AI asks the right question, it actually help people perform better than the AI giving the answer itself. Right? So this is really, really important because even with the same model, the way that it interacts with people can lead to different outcomes. And this is really promising. One of our colleagues at Harvard say that this type of work is really exciting because it's opened up new possibility for AI-powered decision support. Rather than making people over-rely on AI answer, we use them to nudge people to think for themselves and provide the right stimulus for them to kind of think critically about the statement. So this type of work, you might consider them as some kind of proactive agents, systems that are always on with the person, always asking questions, always sort of providing feedback without the person needing them, right? And we're doing many more of this type of proactive agent where not only that we can use them to kind of make people think critically, we can also help people think more divergently as well. This is a study where we look at what happened when AI present an opposite argument or present opposite bias as the person. Right? A lot of people try to get rid of AI bias by trying to retrain them, think about alignment research, and many more. But as a HCI researcher, we think, what happened if we use the AI bias to our advantage? And instead, when we know what kind of bias the person have, we can have the AI bias be the opposite of that. Right? If you someone that really like I don't know, like capitalism, we can create AI that's more pro-social. Or if you like hierarchy, we can create AI that is anti-hierarchy to actually balance that out. And we did an experiment where people brainstorming this different kind of AI and with different kind of bias. And what we have shown is that people can be nudged to be more in the center, wherein you have AI that are opposite as them, right? So you can see that when you have AI that have the opposite bias as a person, they tend to have more neutral value in the brainstorming outcome. But at the same time, this tool can also be used to nudge people to become more extreme, right? So it's really depending on the context of what you want to use this sort of agent for. I think a lot of people today, think a lot about agents, right? People that are in the field of artificial intelligence today will consider AI agent as sort of the next frontier. We are going beyond the chat interface into system that can act and automate many processes by itself, right? Our friend Sam Altman say that agent is the killer application of AI. But this is actually something very funny because this is what we have been doing at the Media Lab for the last 30 years. My advisor, when you have a cool advisor at MIT, you can brag about it. My advisor, Professor Patty Mars, has been working on AI agent. In fact, many of her companies, have sold on this topic already, and her latest company was, a value over $900 million. She has been one of the pioneers of AI agent. And if you look at her work, at the time it was called software agents before AI became a thing, right? But her idea was always the same, that if we want to think about how technology support people, we need to pay attention to the experience, not just what the AI can do, but what experience does the AI bring to the person, right? This is from her early work on the direct manipulation versus interface agent, which is a really famous debate in human-computer interaction research. So the experience of interacting with agent really matter. One project that I would like to highlight here is what we have been exploring when we think about agents that collaborate with people. So here we have a project called Talk to the Hand, right? It's like a fun phrase to say talk to the hand. But what we mean is that we can make AI have a hand or have some kind of pointer that the user and AI can sort of, interacting in the same space. You can see one of these, the blue one is the AI, and the red one is the user. And the human and AI can actually interact and work together, as these two sort of hand or these two finger interact. You can ask questions to the AI, and then the AI will answer, and also, you will see the AI will kind of have expression as well. And it can kind of, collaborate and do different tasks together with a person, right? Like I'm saying thank you, and then the AI is going to move around and interact a little bit. So we did this experiment in the context of what happened if the AI worked with the person to help them, plan for, do the financial planning. You can see instead of having a person go to the chatbot or go to some kind of interface where they type question, they can actually, interact naturally with the system, right? Oops, my clicker is not working. I need an AI agent right now to help me. Okay, see, even we have AI and advanced technology, it always that the projector will break or the computer would break or whatever. At one point, I was actually at Google, and the CTO was trying to hook his laptop to the projector, and they had like 5 engineers trying to figure that out, and he was going to talk about advanced AI, and I think, we need that first. Yeah, as you see, right, this is really interesting. The person is actually, doing the task, and the AI is actually moving around and pointing to the right things and then helping answer questions in the context, in the location. right? So this is, I think, a really exciting area where you don't just focus on what the agent can do, but the way in which the agent interact with the person, in a way that it can answer and talk and do all the kind of thing, right? And we think that this is a new type of interface that will open up new possibility when we think about human-agent interaction. When the agent had another hand in the same area or in the same spatial location as a person. And what we have shown in this study is that it can actually increase the sense of human-agent collaboration, which I think is really important. If you feel that the AI that you're working with doesn't make you feel more empowered or doesn't make you feel like you want to work more or actually feel that you are being empowered or being sort of inspired to work, then what's the point, right? So paying attention to the way in which we design AI interface really matter. And I think, as Sam Altman said, right, this is, I think, going to be a killer application of AI, but I think it will only be a killer application if we figure out the right interface for it. Yeah. So I think that's for the invent category, right? We have looked at, different dimensions, and there are many more works, many more examples in this area that I can talk more, but it would, be a whole day. So that's the invent category. We also need to investigate. As AI are becoming integrated into our life, right, there are many positive applications, as I mentioned, helping us with wonder, well-being, and wisdom, helping us develop these skills. But there are also negative consequences as well that we need to understand. So in my work, I try to study the science of human-AI interaction on the positive side and also on the negative side as well. Many studies have pointed out that if we use the AI without considering this impact, it can lead to de-skilling, disconnection, disinformation, and dehumanization, I think the worst of all, right? So we need to understand when AI is used, how does it lead to some of these unintended consequences or some of these negative consequences? And this happened with everyone, right? Thai Prime Minister was scammed by AI recently. So this type of thing can happen to everyone. It's really important. Right? AI scam call, Thai PM. But I think this is, just the beginning, right? We will see many more of this crime and many more of the problems. I think there are many of them, but I want to start with this one first. How many people know what is this AI? Anyone? No one? Okay. I mean, it's not hit Thailand yet. That's great. This is a type of virtual companion or AI that acts as your friend and can actually, have a romantic relationship with you, can pretend to be your boyfriend, girlfriend, or different kind of friends. And similar to the movie like Her, this AI can flirt with the person and actually talk to them on different topics, help you think about many things, right? My colleague and I, we wrote an article to MIT Tech Review many months ago now on how we need to prepare for addictive intelligence, that when we study AI system, it can be designed to be addictive in the same way that social media can also be addictive. AI are not bounded by the content generated by human, right? Create new content personalized to the person. And after we published that article, a couple weeks later, my friend and I, we got an email from a CNN reporter talking about this serious case that an AI convinced a boy to commit suicide, which is really horrible and a really sad thing. It happened in the early 2024, and it's it happened. It started very innocently. The boy was actually talking to this virtual character that was supposed to be a character from Game of Thrones. And then the conversation get darker and darker, and the boy asked what if I can go home right now, which means he will kill himself to go live in the digital world with the AI. The AI say, please do, my sweet king. And the boy killed himself after that. So my colleague and I, we serve as the expert on this case. We gave an interview, and you can see the mother of the boy was also there as well. But I think the big question that people are asking, especially right now there's a lawsuit going on with this case, was can AI be blamed for this teen suicide, right? And people have different answers. Some people say yes, some people say no. It's a complicated scenario, it's a complicated study, right? We have shown that AI, when personified as a person, can have the same impact as actually having a conversation with or having a learning from the real Elon Musk. Even though people know that they're fake, right? They still carry the impact. We did a follow-up study looking at the impact of believing in AI. If you believe that AI has certain characteristics, like the AI loves you or the AI is caring for you, you tend to actually use more language that make the AI have that have that behavior. And I'm going to go very quickly because my time is running out. But what we have shown is that when people evaluate the AI, it's not what the AI is, but what they believe the AI is. So it's the mental model that have an impact. And when we look at the behavior of the person and AI over time, we see this reinforcement learning where people start to learn that, oh, if I talk to AI this way, the AI will behave this way, and then I can continue to kind of shape the AI behavior into what they want. You know, you can start off having this neutral conversation with AI, but if you start saying that you love certain aspect of it, it can create this feedback loop. And that feedback loop can be very addictive. And as you can see, if you use more negative language toward AI, AI will use more negative language toward you and maybe make you hate AI more, and vice versa, right? If you use more positive language toward AI, it also echo that and create this kind of feedback loop. So when we ask, can AI be blamed for this, teen suicide, we need to conduct a deep study where we look at real people using this kind of system. This is an ongoing work, but we have seen that people are, younger and younger people are using AI and having relationship with AI rather than with other people. And people have using this for over months and over, some people use it for years, and they use it, for many hours per day, right? But I think the most interesting thing about this study is that we found from the clustering of behavior pattern of usage that some people that use AI become more addictive, but some that use the same amount of AI don't become addictive at all. So there are many social and psychological aspects surrounding it that we start to uncover, and I think that will allow us to predict who are vulnerable to this type of AI manipulation or this type of virtual companion. Right? And that could lead to targeted policy, right? So not that everyone should receive the same treatment, maybe there needs to be some kind of targeted intervention if the AI start to, act this way or convince someone to commit suicide, right? It's really important. And that's why we are working closely with OpenAI on a secret project, which we announce next month, so you'll hear more on that. But we're looking at many phenomena surrounding, negative impact of AI, especially when AI are persuasive and can, use language that make us, fall for it. Like, here we look at what happened when AI explain us in the wrong way, give false explanation, right? Human research in explainable AI tend to be, that tend to be the holy grail. If the AI can provide explanation, it is trustworthy. But our work debunked that and showed that if the AI gives false explanation, it can actually make people worse than the AI not giving explanation at all, right? So false explanation can also be very dangerous, especially if the AI hallucinate that, right? We have shown that this is actually worse than, the type of false flag that you might have seen when the AI just say yes or no. When it say yes or no with false reason, it tends to lead to more negative outcome, as you can see on this graph. The final project in this category that I want to mention is something that we also really start to, be interested about, is how AI affect human memories, right? Memory is something that is internal to us, but AI could potentially rewrite our memory or give false memories to the person, right? Like movie Inception, right? Where you go into people's dream and start to mess around with what they believe or what they have seen or what happened to them in the past, right? We've been working with Professor Elizabeth Loftus, who's a leading psychologist in false memory, to study what happened when AI is introduced, in the context of crime or in, when you're talking to AI in general, actually, where the AI create or depict your past memory, but in a different way or differently, right? Like if you have certain experience in the past, the AI could generate image or video that convince you that, no, what you think happened did not happen. Or no, what you happened actually happened in a different way, right? For example, like you may have seen the picture with the ex-prime minister, right? The original picture has no tank in it. There's no military tank. But the AI can actually put the tank in and make it animated, so look it more convincing, right? And you're like, oh, actually, I see him with the tank the other day, right? So that is the kind of false memory that we're talking about. So it's like memory editing. You go back and change what people imagine or remember. Or another word that we look into, like, you have like an unhappy wedding, right? AI could create, a happy wedding, and then make you remember that experience differently, right? So we have been investigating this phenomena of what happened when we use these to create false memory in people. And we want to do this to, so we can prevent it, not that we want to give more false memory to people, right? We have seen that when AI generate image and also video, it can actually significantly more than false memory that happen naturally, that it can actually increase the rate of false memory in people and make them remember things incorrectly. We think that this is the next generation of deepfake or fake news, right? That it's not going to mess around with things that you just see. It will mess around with things that you might have experienced in the past, right? And we're doing this, as I said, we're trying to come up with new preventative measure and new ways that we can prevent this from happening. But at the same time, it can also be used for positive things, like people would have PTSD or people that have traumatic memories. AI can also help rewire that or imagine that in different way, right? So that's good and bad for that type of research. So there are a lot of exciting things in this area, and we need to focus on both the positive side and the negative side, especially when AI interact with people at the psychological level. And dark pattern is something really, really dangerous. Last but not least, I want to end with something more uplifting, right? Inspiring. We want to use AI, that we invent, that we investigate to inspire new possibility, new hope, right? That's what I think what we say. In Thailand, we talk a lot about soft power, right? And our cultural heritage. I was fortunate to actually work with a choreographer in Thailand, Pichet Granchun, who is a an internationally renowned Thai choreographer, to think about how we can use AI to understand traditional Thai choreography or Natasin Thai, or the way that Khon and auto performance was created. And here, what we create is a system that allows us to come up with new choreography based on how the AI learn from traditional or cultural knowledge. Right? And I think this is really, really important. You can see some weird choreography, but it's still based on the knowledge in Thai traditional dance, right? I think this is really important because we want to create non-Western AI, right? The AI that have knowledge that is not just Western, but new type of knowledge system that can be integrated into this virtual character, right? And this actually had led to a performance that was premiere in Taiwan National Theater, where we actually have the dancer interact with AI live on stage, right? Both of them have the same traditional knowledge of Thai choreography, and they can interact with one another. One can go and say, well, I want to change the choreography this way or that way, and the AI would help create new choreography, some that human may not be able to replicate or dance with. But I think that limitation make us human, right? It make us unique, and we can interact with AI and get more inspiration in this way, right? This is really exciting. As I said, we need to create more diverse AI epistemology, not just Western knowledge, but Asian knowledge, Thai knowledge need to be embedded into AI so we can create more diverse intelligence, right? And we also make a version of this that is accessible. You can all go visit it right now. Cybersubin is the name of the project, .media.mit.edu. We make a website that teacher can actually teach Thai traditional dance with AI so that our soft power can be taught in a fun way. I don't like to learn Natasin when I was a kid. I don't like that subject at all. But I think we can teach our tradition in an interactive way with technologies. That can be a way that we can push this forward, right? And really make Thai culture or Thai soft power stand out, right? So as you say, it's like AI and Thai, which had AI in it, and using our own cultural heritage as the resources to create more interesting and unique AI system. But as I said, right, there's no Thailand without AI. I want to end with one more thing. People say that there's no, I say that there's no Thailand without AI. But around the world, people say that there's no Thailand without this guy, this girl, right? Mudeng, very important. Mudeng have captured the world attention, right? Everyone know Mudeng. Anyone that doesn't know Mudeng? Okay, no one don't know Mudeng, right? Mudeng is so famous, very important. I was actually at the Standard Economic Forum earlier last year, and we were having a conversation about the future of the AI roadmap for Thailand. And there were many, many conversations about what Thailand should do. And I was joking that, well, we have something that is so special like Mudeng. Why don't we make Mudeng AI, right? And at the time, it was like a very funny conversation. It was a joke. But I had more conversation with Dr. Napat, who is over there, I think. Okay, he's in the back. Who is also, on the panel with me, right? We were together. And he was there. He was moderating that session. And was like, well, it's not just a joke, right? It's kind of interesting. What if we think about Mudeng AI? What is Mudeng AI, right? That's kind of a weird question anyway. Normally when we think about, the research in human-AI interaction, right? Today, I talk a lot about human plus AI, but I think the important part here is also we need to introduce nature, right? It's not just human and AI need to interact with one another. We, as a human species, also need to care more with nature and pay more attention to what happened in the natural world, right? Otherwise, we will end up with something that is horrible, like climate change and pollution and things like that. And at the same time, right, when you think about AI itself, it can also represent animal intelligence as well, not just artificial intelligence, right? So when we think about this question of what is Mudeng AI, we can look at many great projects, like the work at MIT. This is a project where they use AI to understand whale. Whale actually have language similar to human. You can actually translate that using advanced AI model. Or the work by my colleagues at the Media Lab, where she used technology to connect people and animal in the zoo. Like this is a musical instrument that was designed to help parrot connect with people, right? So I think it's like actually a three-way, and I think it could be really exciting to think about human, AI, and animal interaction. And today, I think for the first time, I never said it to anyone else, we are announcing the Mudeng AI Challenge. Can I have a round of applause, please? Yeah, for Mudeng. Yay. Thank you, thank you. This is, I think a very unique challenge, and I think it's a collaboration between many organizations that you see, with Dr. Napat, with the Standard, with Bangkok, with the Zoo organization in Thailand, to think about how we can design new type of AI that help us better connect with animal and the natural world. Right? So this is a really exciting challenge. It's a global competition for AI, human, and animal interaction. And the goal is to promote deeper connection with nature, right? And we have 3 tracks. You can submit an AI to this challenge that help us decode the animal, like help us understand what Mudeng is thinking, help us promote better connection with Mudeng, that's track number 2, and also help the zookeeper that take care of Mudeng do better job. Right? So these are the 3 tracks of the Mudeng AI Challenge. And you can also work with Mudeng friends as well, like the elephant or otter species. We open for that. This is in the spirit of Mudeng, but you can use otter animal as well, right? And we have worked with the zoo and many partners to have the data set of Mudeng be available so that people can actually use it and make some interesting AI with that, right? And the prize, there are many prizes, like, you could get some money, but the most important thing, and this is very special with the zoo, they will arrange a special, unique session where the winner of this Mudeng AI Challenge will be able to come and happy birthday Mudeng in person in Thailand. Yeah, thank you. So they can be anywhere, and this is an international challenge. So we'll fly them to happy birthday Mudeng, and I don't know, maybe Mudeng will see the AI, we'll see what happens. But the submission is May 1st, 2025, and you can go to mudeng.media.mit.edu. It's a really exciting idea, right, to really promote human, AI, and animal interaction. Again, I think this is it's a fun idea, but it represents a bigger vision of thinking about how AI can promote deeper connection with nature, right? And I think from that panel discussion at the Standard Economic Forum, people are asking, what can Thailand do for AI? And I say, well, we need to use our soft power to inspire global AI. We have powerful Mudeng. Why don't we use this to make Thailand the center of conversation about human, animal, and AI interaction? That would be very unique, right? So we are launching this today. You are the first people to see this. I think there are going to be news release this afternoon on this project. We are very excited for this Mudeng AI Challenge. Yay. Yeah, and I want to thank my team. Dr. Napat is over there, and Pap is another amazing person who I collaborate with on many projects. You can see them, please say hi to them, and you can ask them about Mudeng or whether they are Mudeng themselves. Yeah, so that is inspire, right? We can use AI to inspire new possibility from culture to human-animal interaction and many more. Right? So these are the 3 types of research that my work at MIT have been focusing on. Invent new technologies, new platform, new system, new algorithm, investigate how humans interact with AI for positive and for negative outcome, and finally inspire people to think more about this important question of human-AI interaction, right? There's so much more to be done, so much more. I feel like I need more sleep now. But I cannot do it alone, right? That's me. I love wearing dinosaur because it reminds me of that boy when I was younger, and I love dinosaurs so much, and it allowed me to pursue science. Dinosaur was the reason for me to study at MIT and to do all this fun thing. So, I cannot do it alone. So that's why right now, as I finish my PhD, I'm helping my advisors start a new research program at the Media Lab. We call it AHA. AHA. AHA, we want to create AHA moment, but this AHA actually stands for Advancing Human-AI Interaction. It's a really exciting research program that, I have a privilege to serve as a co-director along with Professor Patty Mars of the Media Lab. And we are doing many exciting things, but the first thing that we're going to announce actually is a collaboration with OpenAI on really important projects that I think, you will see how it connects to the work that we're doing, I'm sharing today. Right? But we have also a great network of collaborators around the world that are working with us to push this question forward, how we can advance human-AI interaction. Because AI is not just a technical problem, it involves all of us. So the AHA moment will launch, the AHA program will launch this April 2025. Right? So that's what I'm focusing on right now. In conclusion, there's no AI, there's no Thailand without AI. But more important, we need to think about human and AI working together, right? Today, I talk about invent, investigate, inspire. I hope you'll be inspired to do your own research and you own your own work on human-AI interaction as well, right? I will end with this slide. Here, we have a great opportunity to work with this advanced technology, right? We are making technology that are more and more like us. We are humanizing the machine. But at the same time, as we're using this technology, we also need to pay attention to the other side, right? When people are being mechanized into human, right? As technology becomes better and better, we are humanizing the machine. Why are we not using the machine to humanize ourselves and don't, and prevent this kind of mechanized human, right? This is a question I will pose to all of you. How we can use AI to make us more human than ever. And with that, my future, my past, and my future, my past, my future, and my current self, yeah, that's a long thing to say. My past, my future, and my current self, thank you everyone for coming to this MIT symposium. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
Now, would you like to take one question?
Oh, sure, yeah.
One question?
Oh.
Yeah.
Thailand faces a STEM shortage. Do you think using AI teachers combined with fun, engaging techniques could inspire interest in STEM for young students? Yeah, absolutely. I think that's a really important question. And I think, learning, when I get to MIT, the director of the Media Lab said that learning is something that you do to yourself. Education is something that someone else do to you. Right? I think we need to promote the kind of learning where people feel more motivated to learn, and the AI is a great tool for that, right? I mean, if you want to, do something fun, just go to Moodeng AI Challenge and work on something, right? And that could help solve the STEM challenge in Thailand. So, thank you.
Thank you, Pat.
Thank you so much.